Hi gamers, recently I had a hyperfixation on that old Rust 010 myth on Roblox. For context, a Roblox myth is a user that uses their account almost as a character and also makes games to tell a story. Rust was one of these few myths that managed to kind of blow up because of a YouTuber called Flamingo who interacted with Rust to further the plot. Also, I want you to keep in mind that I am aware that there has been some drama within the myth community, but seeing as Rust was separate from this drama, as far as I'm aware, I feel like it should be fine to talk about his games. I also think it's a bit ridiculous if you think that no one can even talk about a Roblox myth just because of something that happened within a certain circle within the community, even if it is incredibly disgusting. Anyways, drama aside, let me get into my headcanon for a myth where the creator hasn't even made a story for it themselves. Rust has said in one of his own videos that the Rust story has started to
revolve around like AI and sort of like the fake players I had in the older games.
Which means that those players that we see are supposedly AI. Setting these a couple other anomalies unexplained. The two pale creatures, the scarecrows, the fake accounts, the creature in Can You See It, and it. Some people might say that the two pale creatures are actually just the same but they look different, but you see that when the player is captured in Happy where the creature is smaller, the tall one does appear as a separate entity to take away the player. Now, we are never really given any dates, but we can definitely make assumptions. Something strange is that the creature captures a player. This could suggest that these AI people use people as a host. This makes sense as on multiple of the fake accounts there are badges and groups that they join. In another Flamingo video, he meets a player called Henry Jennifer, another presumed fake account. Flamingo states that Henry is an—
Wait, I think that's an account I made. Wait, I think Henry Jennifer, that's an account I made, I think.
Which, if this is true, shows that this AI takes over existing accounts to use as a host. In the story, obviously. Now that we know what the AI presumably does, what are these other creatures? Seeing as the AI is supposedly separate from the body, this may make the scarecrows be the first, as Rust was presumably testing the AI and used a scarecrow for the body instead of an actual body. This means that the pale creatures would be next in the timeline as Rust tried to make bodies of his own, giving him that basic pale look. And that is probably when he decided to use actual people as hosts instead, making them feel more real. These guys could also show what the fake accounts were as they were taken over by the AI. Another creature is the one in the game called Can You See It, which has a very scary appearance. However, I don't think that this is it, as it behaves just like the scarecrows, possibly showing how it was an early test. Now, seeing as it is very worn down looking and acts like the scarecrows, this probably means that it was Rust just trying to make an AI look more human for the first time. Then after he probably modified the AI and cleaned up the finished bodies to make the two pale creatures. This only leaves one thing, it. It's not been confirmed that we've actually seen it, but it can be assumed to be the dark creature in the game It's Out There. But seeing how Rust refers to the being as it, this would make a lot of sense. It is unclear what its intentions are, but it's clear that Rust knows the danger of it and wants people to avoid it. Seeing how it's not a player but still takes on a humanoid form, this probably made it around the same time as the two pale creatures. This is also supported by the fact that the two pale creatures act very differently from the rest of the AI beings in this world, so it would pair them up nicely. Presumably it got out into the real world and attacked people, as we see in the broadcast and Look Behind You, which people are warned to lock all windows and doors and to ignore people at your door, once again showing how this AI replicates people. Also note that the creature in Look Behind You is the same one as in It's Out There, furthering the theory that this dark creature is it. All these things now lead back to Rust himself. Rust is said to have
created it,
which suggests that he created the other AI. The only issue is that Rust doesn't seem to have a reason to do any of this. When asked why, he just said why not, which leads us to not knowing where the story was headed, especially as now Rust has stopped making myths and we won't know the rest, although it was stopped for an understandable reason. Now, does this theory have plot holes? Definitely, 100% it does. For example, we don't know if the dark creature actually is it because Rust tells Flamingo
it doesn't have a name, there is no thing to describe it. You'll know it when you see it, trust me.
Which suggests that Flamingo hadn't seen it. However, this was in a video posted after he had met the creature twice now. But also some things I simply missed. I'm also aware that I didn't mention Rust_trust, but that's simply because they have never really been explained and were just there for a couple of the early videos before not being shown again. My theory is that they were possibly partnered with Rust, and now he has turned his back on him, deciding to work against Rust instead and warns people if they are with any of the fake players. Maybe this is why Rust created it, to get revenge on Rust_trust for leaving him, and it was actually made after all the other AIs, but we won't know. I guess this is the end now. I know that Rust literally said that
You'll come to see in this video, they were just random games I decided to make. They really didn't have much of a connection. I never had like a story made for Rust. Like, people might be disappointed with that, but there wasn't really a story. It kind of just like evolved over time into something, but I never went in with any intentions to make a story.
But I have a hyperfixation, so I'm making a headcanon anyways. Also, I'm sorry if this made anybody uncomfortable as of the recent drama within the community. Personally, I don't know everything, but I know the basics of what happened and how that affected the community. But seeing as Rust is separate from those people, I don't think there's any harm in talking about him. Also, please go give us some support, as he has recently started doing regular Roblox content, and it's super well made, and I guess that's the end of this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!